This week I made 76 trades, studied the market's behavior on different days, and ended the week with these results. In this video, I'll show you some controversial trades that delivered results, break down entry points, explain key decisions, and share my mistakes. I hope you're excited, so let's dive in. Let's kick things off with two very similar setups, but in one, I made a classic rookie mistake. We're starting with the Euro and Australian dollar currency pair. First, I identified a downtrend and drew the trend line. Then I plotted the support level where the price was currently testing. What do we see here? The most common continuation pattern, the triangle. Since the overall trend was bearish, this triangle confirmed a continuation of the downtrend. That meant any trade here should follow the trend downward. I just had to wait for the right entry point. The price was stuck at this level, constantly at risk of bouncing back and continuing the pattern formation. So I waited for a proper breakout. And where will be the entry point now? Right where the price broke through this level. Now notice this large candlestick. It's way bigger than the average candles on this chart. That's usually a sign of market volatility, often triggered by economic news. I quickly checked investing.com to confirm if there were news events at that time, and yes, there were. After the breakout, the price pulled back slightly, a standard move during news events. When a major news release causes a spike, the price often stabilizes shortly after. That's exactly what happened here. Why does this matter? It means the breakout was mostly driven by news hype, but it also found a stopping point, which reinforced my bearish bias. To summarize, bearish trend plus bearish triangle equals trade down. Based on the price pause at this level, I expected it to drop to the next support level. A quick estimate showed the distance of 6 candles matched the time it would take to reach that level, about 6 minutes. And the result, a winning trade. Now, onto the second one. Next up, Euro and the US dollar. This setup looked almost identical, so naturally, I expected the same result. But here's the twist. In the previous trade, the breakout was confirmed by a large candlestick. Here, while there was a breakout, it wasn't as clear. The price barely pushed through the level, more like it tested the area. Look at the wick here. It's a sign the breakout hadn't fully happened. I'll admit, I got impatient trying to catch the downward move and didn't adjust the expiration time. As a result, I got caught in a consolidation zone. Yes, I managed to close this trade in profit, but I wouldn't call it a solid result. This is a textbook example of rushing a trade. Don't do this. Learn from my mistake and drop your thoughts on this trade in the comments below. A quick reminder, before we jump into the next trade, remember you can catch all my trades first on my Telegram channel. Along with daily stats, I share with you educational articles, fun content, announcements, and my thoughts. I'd really appreciate if you follow my journey there. Let's continue exploring patterns. Using 2 trend lines, I identified a symmetrical triangle this time. Since there wasn't a clear global trend here, I needed extra confirmation to determine the price direction. Just like earlier, the entry point was at the breakout of one of the trend lines. But I needed confirmation for both potential price directions, up or down. By plotting these highs and lows, I added another trend line. It broke upwards with a strong candlestick, a bullish signal. Then inside this triangle, another pattern emerged, the double bottom. This confirmed that the price couldn't break the lower support level, a second bullish signal. However, the upward movement hit a resistance level. Volatility dropped as the price struggled to break through. Now it's attempting another breakout. The resistance isn't strong, it's been tested multiple times and at some point was actually broken. And right at this point we have our triangle trend line. Now here's the plan. If the price breaks the lower trend line, I'd wait for a test of the support level before deciding. If it breaks the upper trend line, I'd open a trade upward for about 8 minutes to avoid a false breakout or rebound. The result is on your screen. The takeaway? Always analyze the bigger picture, consider multiple perspectives, and plan for different scenarios. As you've noticed, I rely heavily on patterns for entry points, but when it comes to expiration timing, you need to look at full context. This setup was tricky. Check out the large pullbacks at this resistance level. It looked like the price had already broken through, but it only cleared the level, not the entire zone. If you remember the first trade, a level isn't just a line, it's a price range. That's why the pullback happened. It formed a new pattern. Do you remember the name of this pattern? Drop it in the comments along with its entry point. In short, we wait for the trend line to break and expect a move equal to the length of the flagpole. When I saw this large candlestick, I entered immediately. It signaled the price was ready for a confident move. The trade was risky since the price could still react to the resistance zone. And waiting for a breakout and entering mid-impulse wasn't ideal either. I could have been caught in a volatility shift. So I opened a 5-minute trade to save time. There is two possible outcomes. The price either breaks the level using the pattern and moves up, or it bounces back, and I can cover losses with a reverse trade. The pattern worked, the trade closed in profit, and now we can move on to the next one. The last trade for today with an outcome that caught me by surprise. Here we have sideways movement with two conflicting reversal patterns, a double bottom and a double top. On such charts, it's crucial to monitor all levels and evaluate their strength. Lower support level is strong with only 2 touches and significant pullbacks. Upper resistance level is weaker but still relevant, also with just 2 touches. Local level acts as both support and resistance, forming the base for both patterns. It's weaker because the price has tested and broken through it multiple times. To avoid a fake breakout or a retest, I waited for a clean level break and opened an 8-minute trade. And as expected, there was a retest, but the price bounced much stronger than I anticipated. While my approach was correct, the result was negative. Not ideal, but it happens. Thankfully, I made enough successful trades that day to end in profit. This week wasn't easy, but we closed it in black. The key is to learn from mistakes, analyze the market, and keep your emotions in check. And I want to thank you for sharing your results. It's great to see that my work helps you grow. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate if you like, subscribe, and check out my socials. Your support means the world to me. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.